Thank you for tuning in to channel Samson Strength. I'm Samson. Now, if you tuned in yesterday, I left you with a question, but I'm going to give you a little bit more time to wonder whether you are insane. I wanted to talk about my last 24 hours since publishing my first video. Let's call this a motivational video, a bonus motivational video. Now, yesterday I talked about how going from fit to fat has given me the ability to better relate to my clients. I've never been out of shape. I didn't always have the muscle mass and the tone that I had, but I've never been overweight, never been out of shape until today. So I really feel that I can relate better to this culture, this diet, this typical Western world that we live in. Now, I do not have a huge social media footprint. I'm not a social butterfly. I don't particularly like looking at myself, pictures of myself. I don't like hearing the sound of my own voice. So these videos that I'm doing are a real challenge for me. And they're kind of scary, actually. I feel awkward. I don't know if everybody's going to laugh at me. I don't know if I'm going to get hurt. People get hurt on social media these days. And I'm 38 years old. I don't have any technical expertise or background, and I'm just kind of putting myself out there. So that video that I published yesterday was kind of a big deal for me, and I felt such a sense of relief once I finally got it up there. And I realized after that, maybe this is kind of how my clients feel before they come and talk to me and hire me to be their trainer. And, I don't have a lot of friends, but the friends that I do have are very close. We're very intimate. And that's how I've always liked to treat my personal training clients. When people hire me, a lot of times they're going through changes. They're insecure about stuff, and they have no idea how to navigate a gym. And I imagine they feel probably the same way that I did making that first video, which was not easy. Now, the point of that is, if I can do this, if I can get into something that I have no experience with it, I'm not particularly good at it, but I did it. I was able to harness the courage to go out and do that and put myself out there. And if I can do that, anybody can get started taking the steps to improve their health, improve their figure, improve their body mass index, whatever it is that you want to do. The steps to do that actually aren't that complicated. That's actually fairly simple, but I kind of understand now how difficult it could be for some people to take that first step if you've never been in a gym, if you've never had a trainer, if you've never exercised, if you've never done those things. So that's what I wanted to get across for you today, my first point. The second thing that kind of happened to me is when I got up today and started looking through my email, I had a lot of responses from this video that I put out, a lot of positive responses, but also a lot of suggestions. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to get this account, I need to link to social media. And it was all kind of overwhelming. And it was a lot like what I went through to get this first video published and to start all this. And it really, you have to be careful. It's so easy to get paralyzed by analysis, paralysis by analysis, we call that. And, my first video was not perfect. And we had some infighting with the intro. And to be honest, we could have spent the next 6 months working on that intro and not getting a video published. And at some point, you just have to do it. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's not perfect. There's a lot wrong with it. And the second video isn't going to fix all of those things, but it will be a little bit better. And making incremental progress, okay, that's the most important thing in a training program or a diet. It's not going out and training like a professional athlete. That's not what you want to do. Train like a pro if you're a pro. So I wanted to share that with you to give you some motivation going into this new year. You can do anything you want to do. And so I'll leave you with a quote from Einstein. Einstein said, "Any intelligent fool can make something bigger and more complex, but it takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction." And that's the best advice that I could give you. Einstein wasn't around during the Old Testament. If he was, I expect he'd be just as influential. Thank you for tuning into the Samson Strength channel. I'm Samson. I'll see you next time.